Kristine. Hello.
Hey, it's so wonderful to be here with you face to face.
Yes. So, hey guys, my name is Joanna, and I'm with,
Kristine L'Estrange.
and this is the Queen of Women of GHL. That's your label right now. That's what I'm calling you.
Thank you, Joanna. I love it.
Yes. So we are currently here in Manila, Philippines. We're actually attending the HighLevel Live Manila, which is happening this weekend on August 8 and 9. And this is our first time meeting each other. And so we're just going to have a conversation and just our journey, right, as high level agency owners, business owners in our journey. So we're surely going to get to know each other more.
And women in business.
And women in business, yes. Because there's going to be a lot of women who's going to be watching this, and our journey is always something worth sharing, as I say.
Yeah, and I'm so looking forward to meeting all the new women in business that we have the opportunity to network with over the weekend.
Yes.
It's going to be fabulous.
Yes. So, you know what? When I just kind of want to learn your journey with HighLevel, how you get started. But tell me a little bit about you. I know you're from New Zealand, so I know it's a long flight. Like you've said, both of us had a long flight. But tell us a little bit about your journey and all the things and how you got started.
Yeah, so actually originally from Australia, and we made the move over to New Zealand. My husband is a Kiwi, and it was always the plan to move back over there and raise our kids there. It's absolutely beautiful country. I love it there. So once COVID finished, we made the move finally. We were a long time in Canberra before we pulled the trigger and actually got over there. But when we did, I left my job in corporate finance, and I had a preschooler and a primary school age kids, and salaries are like half what they are in Australia. And I thought there has to be another way. And so I did a short Facebook ads course, learning how to run advertising for small local businesses. And immediately I found the problem that so many others of our peers have had. We need at least 8 or 9 pieces of software to run those ads efficiently. And I thought, I cannot be the only person in the world that's thought of this problem. And look, I wasn't. I finally came across HighLevel, did my 30-day trial, and here we are, years and years later, sitting together here in Manila, as peers in the industry. It's amazing.
Yes, it's amazing how our journey and decisions and the problems that we try to solve, right? It starts with our own problem, and we try to figure it out, and we found a community that, okay, I'm not the only one having this type of problem, right? So you started with ads, really mainly marketing though.
Yeah, so we've got a couple of different brands in our household of our family business and team here on the ground in the Philippines that are flying in tomorrow. But we have our marketing agency, L'Estrange Digital Marketing. We also have our HighLevel consulting brand, which is Engage and Grow. My husband and I are both certified admins with HighLevel. So we do a lot of build and system consulting for that brand. And then of course we have our own SaaS, which is called GrowFlow, and we have like Australian and New Zealand customers mostly over on our SaaS. And so that's the 3 of them.
Okay, that's, you know how sometimes like most of the people as well that I know that created the ecosystem, from the marketing, from the implementation, and then offering the platform itself. And I think that's the beauty of discovering HighLevel, the possibility that it gave us, and it opened the doors to not just be like I don't say it like a regular marketer, but a step above just offering regular marketing. So you've said, would that be like 3 years ago? How long have you discovered HighLevel?
I think we're coming up to the 5-year mark soon. Not quite, but soon. So a good number of years put into this community. It's been amazing.
Yeah, and one of the things that you have really created is building the community of women of HighLevel. What came about that? I mean, the Facebook group is amazing. Women supporting each other, a space wherein we can ask questions and we don't really get like back down with, oh, that doesn't make sense of type of a question, or like it's all helping hand. So tell me what made you start the HighLevel for women, or women of HighLevel?
Well, look, as women in business using HighLevel, we are different to our male colleagues. We have a lot more feelings, you know, we might take things more personally maybe, not sure, but I wanted to create a beautiful, nurturing female environment for us to all just come together and network and help each other. We're all women, largely working businesses at home. And it's wonderful to have that community where we can all come together, get help from each other, help build our businesses. I love it.
Yes. Now, there are still a lot of women trying to discover high level, and sometimes they get into the weeds of trying to figure out the features, trying to figure out how are they going to implement all of these things. If you have to share one thought or tip that they can start, so that they can elevate themselves more and cater their clients more, what would that be?
Well, look, I think there's just so many features in High Level. It's an absolutely incredible platform, but don't come into the platform and think that you need to master every single feature in your first 30-day trial. It's very overwhelming, people that do that always. Yes. So just take one small piece, try and think about what is going to have the most impact in your business, whether it's like an automation, getting forms in there, building a website, chucking an AI in there. It's endless. Even just setting up simple calendar bookings, automated. These are huge things that really impact our businesses. Choose one and implement it. And if you get stuck, jump on into our community, because we want to help you. We want to just tell you right away how to clear that blockage so that you can move forward and implement.
Yes. And the good thing about as well is that you actually created like a working session, right? That they can hop on a Zoom call and just discuss. Tell me a little bit about those calls that you've organized.
Yeah, so for over a year now, which is exciting. Yeah. I realized in July that anniversary clocked over. We've been running weekly accountability calls.
Yes.
So they are for women in business that use High Level in their businesses. We have a vast array of different women that join us. We have, local businesses. We have marketing agencies. We have SaaSpreneurs. We have all types of different businesses, which is really lovely. So yeah, we just jump in, and it's about setting our own goals for our own business, because as women, I find that we are so often pulled in so many different directions, whether we have children or if we are single women. We are pulled by partners, we're pulled by families, we're pulled by children, all sorts of things, trying to be everything to everyone, that sometimes our own needs get put to the side.
Yes.
And in this case, just highlighting on our needs to grow our businesses and build our businesses in line with the goals that we have for ourselves. So what we do is we come together. Anyone can jump on the call, and we'd love to, see more and more faces in there. Yeah. We all come in and we just set priorities for our own business for that week. Not our clients' business, not our families, not our parents, not our partners, actually our own businesses. Yes. And then keep accountable each week.
Yeah, I like that one. I kind of call that one. I do have like what I call like a CEO day, that I kind of just block it off so that I can prioritize some things, because we were having breakfast. I was having breakfast and Kristine joined me, and we were talking about how at times, right, like we just do a lot of things, just like what you've said. And that moment is going to be so vital to have an accountability partner. And I like it when women actually jump in those calls, right? It's from different experience, different issue or problem, so you learn from others, and then you can implement it in your business. And now this coming October is going to be, I know here in Manila, so we mostly is from Southeast Asia, and some coming in from Europe, and more of country as well. But I know you're going to be going to Dallas. Am I correct?
Yes. Yeah, that's right. Yep.
And one of the challenges as well, sometimes like with business owners, especially with High Level, is that the rollout of new features and all of this new amazing things that can, like, I don't know what to do. What is the best? What have you done? Do you get into the habit of like, okay, like trying to figure it out right away, or you're just kind of like, I'm going to take it easy. I'm going to take it, one step at a time.
Yeah, I guess we sort of don't prioritize always being on top of the brand new features as they roll out, just because we sort of approach it as like, when we need to use something, we will then like drill in deep and understand it completely. Yeah. But until there's a need for it and our systems are running beautifully without them, we don't kind of like stop everything and jump in. And that's just the way that we do it. I know a lot of different agencies approach it really differently. And, I do actually really love and respect what they do with it. But that is what we do, because there are so many features and we are master of many, many, many of them, but perhaps not this Friday's releases, for example.
That's true.
So, we should put them to the side for a little bit until we need them.
Yeah, just being aware that, hey, it's available, and then we can try to figure it out once we need it. I think is the game. I told you, right, we choose our battle, because like women, just like what you said, we already are carrying a lot and running a business and running a team and figuring all this out, so it can really just be overwhelming as well, right? So I mean, I mean, one of the beauty, what has high level done to your life? You know, it's a tool, right? It's a tool, but it empowered all of us. It empowered me to go beyond just the agency of design and branding. It opened up doors for me. How about you? I know you have a wonderful story, right, with your husband and everything, but tell us a little bit of what impact did high level do to your life?
Well, ultimately for us, for our family, we now can, my husband's transitioned away from being an employee and he now works in the business full time. So it supports our entire family, has for some time, which is absolutely amazing in itself. And by having that, that's allowed us to have freedom of location, and we were able to set our own hours. And for us at this time, our priority is raising our young family. And so we've been able to do that. Let me tell you, we work many, many long hours.
Oh, yes.
But for us at this time in our life, I absolutely adore being able to just stop work after school and have a quick 10, 12 minutes with my children when they come in the door from school. I absolutely adore that. It's not always going to be that in my life, but I'm so grateful to be able to have that and to be able to live in regional New Zealand instead of in a big city in a corporate role with big commutes and all that sort of stuff. So that is really the impact, the major impact it's had in my lives. But let's also not forget the impact it's had in our clients' lives, rolling out automation, helping them grow their businesses.
Yes, yeah,
those two
that's so
things
true.
really.
And you know, like we're already in the age where kids are growing fast, right? Like you have small kids. I do have two stepsons who are already adults. So, but I kind of see how fast they turn from a freshman to now like adults with their own careers. Like, wow, that went by so fast. But being able to travel, being able to just have a community as well, even though it's online, right? Like now seeing you, like I know you, like I know what you do, right? Like that kind of bond is always amazing, and high level really gave as a community, like any other thing, right? It's really the community and the value of what we put out there, and like what you said is also the value that we put in terms of our clients, like the impact that would really
in
have
the communities where it's local business. Like it's really satisfying to see. And yeah, you're right, coming here together, you know, getting to travel overseas and go and see other cultures, all while we work from our laptops. That's incredible. And also the community aspect. Like, you know, we have colleagues all across the world. It's phenomenal. Like, you know, when I was working in my corporate job in Canberra, over in Australia, like I only had peers and colleagues in that city really, and sometimes, you know, over in Sydney and like close by cities and things like that. And now, you know, people such as yourself from the United States, and it's just incredible.
It is, and the community of high level is really diverse, from startup, from entrepreneurs, from businesses, from different industries. And every time I look at what people are actually doing, it just amazes me on all the potential that they're doing with the tool, and and what they have really accomplished as well. Now, I know we've talked about, you know, your journey, how it helped, how you've helped. Tell me a little bit, maybe some challenges that you have to overcome, right, as an entrepreneur, as a woman business owner.
Oh, look, I guess there's that time when, like, particularly for me, I've not always had my own business. I'm not a business owner of 25 years. You start your business and you think, will this work? Is this silly? You know, will this be anything? And as women, you know, we often deal with that imposter syndrome, that sort of thing. So that's certainly like been a big challenge, I guess. And I'm so glad that it's worked out so beautifully. I'm really proud as well. And always proud to meet other women in business too that have achieved like that too. It's really wonderful. So that's probably, you know, that's probably the biggest challenge to share.
I feel the same way, because you know, I've always been corporate when I was in the Philippines, and then I migrated into the US, and I even decided not to go to corporate because, you know, newlywed, new country, which I could have. So I started doing retail and just like, you know, part-time, and then eventually kind of figure out, you know what, I think this is a venture of like entrepreneurship, like, you know, doing things on my own. But it is never easy. Oh my gosh, it's like everything is figure outable. Like we figure things out, and then you wonder whether this will work, but then it worked. It's like, yes, let's celebrate.
Absolutely. Indeed.
Yeah, so I mean, we've talked about especially those who are you know, new with high level, not to figure things, you know, all the feature all at once, and just identify all of their strengths, right? So what else do you think as it's already like what, August, a few more months before the end of the year. Do you think what, if you've noticed as a business owner, what are some of the trends that you think that will be happening as we welcome again a new year? Is it going to be more AI? What are your thoughts on that one as well? Because that's a different ball game again. Like, oh my gosh, this AI agents and all of these other things. Like, can we just make beautiful designs with AI and not too much intricacy? But what are your thoughts on the upcoming developments?
Well, look, we sat there in 2025 and looked back, and I thought, oh goodness,
Mm-hmm.
the growth of AI in 2025, it's
Mhm.
hard to imagine it could continue at this pace. And of course, we've doubled down and it's grown even more in just the 7 months of the year.
True.
So I imagine there's going to be a lot more AI features rolled out. And not even about features, because that's not what's important,
Yeah.
but it's just changing the way that we work,
Mm-hmm.
and plugging in AI to different areas of our business. We're just basically able to achieve things so much faster,
Yeah.
and be so much more productive. That's
Yeah.
what it's all about. And so I expect to see a lot more changes in AI
Mhm.
as the year goes on, as we head to 2027.
And would you think that customers or clients really right now is more on speed, like the speed of results or the speed of work? Have you noticed because of AI?
Look, are we doing things quicker? Yes,
Mm-hmm.
but I think quality is
Yeah.
key. There's no use for speed if it's
Yeah.
not quality. So I think that's the big caveat. And I think right now, it won't always be like this, but I think right now AI is most powerful for subject matter experts.
Mm-hmm.
And that will change. It's
Yeah.
just going to get better and better.
Yeah. I agree too, because that's one of the things of conversation that I've been telling my team. Like, sometimes client come in and just like speed, 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 and I have to remind them that I can do speed, but quality gets affected, and then now we have to repeat everything else. So it's like a battle that we need to choose, but leverage AI to make it a bit faster, but still not forgetting about the quality as
Yeah.
well.
Exactly.
So now, of course, during this interview that we're having, is that it is your birthday.
It is indeed.
And I think it's going to be a community of parties and afterthought. And I told you that you're in the Philippines, karaoke is a must. But then I realized I might not be singing because, of the voice.
And she must do speaking at the event over the weekend, so we must preserve it.
Yes. But what are the plans? What are your, maybe if you have one wish that has to do, what would that be? If you can share, or any of your, yeah.
Well, I'd love to have a lovely dinner out tonight.
Okay.
I think there are some plans in place. I think they're a surprise, but
Okay.
that's what I've got gist of, with some lovely, friends from the HighLevel
Awesome.
community.
Mhm.
And so, look, we're here on, what are we now, Wednesday? Thursday. We're
Thursday.
Who knows? We've many time
Yes.
zones. And the event is not until Saturday, so
Yeah.
I had the choice what day to fly in, and I made the choice
Yeah.
to fly in the day before my
Yeah.
birthday so I could celebrate it here with the HighLevel community.
That's
So
amazing. And I think that's a wonderful thing, to be able to be in one community. Of course, family is always important, but you to celebrate it with amazing community. You can talk and discuss a lot of things that they kind of understand.
Yeah, and
from business, from experience, from business and business owner.
Yeah, friends from across the world. It's a really lovely thing
Yes.
to do.
Yes. Well, you know what? I know this is an impromptu conversation, and I think one main goal, right, is for us to get to know each other and for us to continue building. And I know we're going to see each other again in Dallas. So I know Carrie as well is going to be there from Tough System. And tell me a little bit about some of the events that you or meetup or things that you're doing here in the Philippines right now while the HighLevel Manila Summit is happening.
Well, we've got a really exciting way to end the conference, right? After we all come together after spending those incredible 2 days together, and the speakers that we'll hear, the networking we'll do in corridors, we've got to end it with a blast and make it really special. So we are actually really excited. Our major sponsor for that end of event party, side event, for women of HighLevel is Taft Systems.
Yay.
So that's really wonderful. They are female-led, of course, so it felt like just an amazing opportunity to have them as our sponsor.
Well, that's amazing. Yeah, make sure if you need any white label support for HighLevel, check out Taft System. Carrie Taft is an amazing, CEO and leader as well. So she's always an advocate for women coming together, and that's why she sponsored a lot of this. Well, you know what? Thank you so much for having this conversation with me. And I hope our camera is still roaring because it's so hard to see this one. But if not, it's okay still. But Any message or anything that you want to share as well?
Look, I'm
Besides, well,
just
yeah.
so looking forward to connecting with peers, friends, and new faces. Really new
Yes.
faces. It's going to be amazing.
Well, thank you so much, and I can't wait to meet more people in this amazing community. Cece did a wonderful job, and all of this amazing things that is going to be happening over the weekend. So make sure to follow and join the Women of GHL on Facebook group. Follow Kristine and follow us as well, and we're gonna be doing all the things that we can do with high level and be the best that we can be.
Absolutely. And huge thank you again to our sponsor, TAF Systems.
Yes, all right. Thank you so much.
Thanks.